Hello everyone, I'm Nicholas from WebKey Investment Team. Today, WebKey Academy is bringing you a new session focused on the core principle of Web3, what blockchain is and why portability, permissionless access, and accessibility truly matters, along with practical security and privacy recommendations to help you feel more confident in everyday usage and deployment. First, our agenda for today. Today, we will first clarify the core principle of Web3, then explain in simple terms how blockchain changed data structure. Next, we'll discuss why data portability and permissionless access matters. After that, we'll connect this to the infrastructure sector we operate in and explain how digital credentials function in real-world network. Finally, we'll talk about security and privacy, including WebKey's engineering practice, as well as protective measure everyone can immediately adopt. So here, the core principle of Web3. Web3 is not just a new technology. It's also a set of value. First, decentralization. No single intermediary control interaction between you and others. Second, portability. Your data should not be locked into a platform. You should be able to move it from one service to another. Third, permissionless. In principle, anyone, anywhere can access the same tool without going through centralized account approval. Fourth, accessibility. Lowering the barrier to entry so more people can participate. The overall goal is to return more of the ownership of the internet to individuals, rather than having it monopolized by a few large companies. Here, what is blockchain? Simply put, blockchain is a destructured ledger. When a transaction occurs, it's packaged together with other transactions from the same period of time into a block. Each block carries a timestamp and generates a hash, similar to fingerprint. Computer, the nodes across the network collectively verify this hash. Once verified, the block is appended to the chain. Each new block refreshes the hash on the previous block, forming a chain, because every node holds a copy of the ledger. Altering past record would require controlling the vast majority of nodes simultaneously, which is extremely difficult in practice. This is why blockchain has strong resistance to tampering. You can think of today's blockchain era as similar to the early days of the internet. Many experiments are on the way, but it has so much potential to reshape how enterprise and society govern data. Next, data portability and permissionless. In today's internet, much of our data is walk-in by platform. For example, migrating posts from Facebook elsewhere is nearly impossible. One of Web3's core value is returning data ownership to users. Data can move across different platforms, and users decide who to authorize. Permissionless access allows anyone, anywhere to participate without applying for a centralized account. However, this can also bring challenge. Without proper identity and recovery mechanism, user may lose access. Therefore, we must find a balance between usability and decentralization. This is fundamentally an engineering and product design challenge. Overviews of ecosystem. RWAs essentially mean tokenizing real-world asset on-chain, enabling verifiable ownership, instant liquidity, and fractional trading. By 2026, this has become an institutional-grade narrative, with trillions in assets accelerating on-chain adoption. The metaverse built immersive environment, enhanced by AI agents to create more intelligent interaction. Assets owned in virtual worlds can seamlessly map back into the real world. As a representative of the deep-in sector, WebKey anchors all of this at the physical hardware layers. Each device becomes an independent identity anchored through hardware-level trusted computing and on-chain value. It also achieves node as identity, verifiable uptime, quantifiable contribution, traceable revenue, and no need for centralized intermediaries. By using intelligent terminals, users can secure access multi-chain ecosystem, participating in decentralized network contribution, and bring Web2 users into the Web3 with low barrier, truly closing the loop from device to economy. For enterprise and users, the key is integrating true ownership, immersive experience, and hardware-level trusted infrastructure in a way that is compliant, secure, and extremely user-friendly, especially in 2026. As deepin accelerate and RWAs become mainstream, combination like WebKey's hardware plus identity plus network model is becoming decisive entry level for large-scale Web3 adoption. Okay, now let's talk about security and privacy. Security is crucial to the success of Web3. The WebKey practice, we focus on 3 principles. First, minimizing centralized custody and implementing layered storage and access control for sensitive data. Second, we're adopting multi-signature mechanism and hardware roots of trust, restricting key signing activity to trusted hardware or verified multi-party protocol to reduce single point leakage risk. And third, conducting routine security audit and maintaining transparent upgradable progress so the community and partner understand our security posture and remediation pathways. Now for everyday users, there are 3 immediate action you can take. First, use trusted wallets or hardware keys and store your seed phrase offline in multiple secure locations. Second, be cautious with authorization. When a DApp requests permission, verify its purpose and grant only the minimum required access. And third, consider multi-signature or social recovery mechanism. Do not store critical asset under a single private key. Treat this recommendation as a daily habit, and you can significantly reduce the risk of attack or privacy leak while enjoying the convenience of decentralization. Friendly reminder, decentralization brings autonomy, but it also means users take on greater primary responsibility for security. We will continue striving to make tools simpler and safer. Everyone can use them with confidence. And then now our summary and our call to action. First, to summarize, Web3 is not just a technology. It is guided by a set of values that shape engineering and product decision. Blockchain provides a decentralized, tamper-resistant data storage model. Portability and permissionless access allow users to reclaim data sovereignty. NFTs and the metaverse play important roles at this ownership and experience layers. At WebKey, we focus on these principles and strong engineering practice, aiming to balance users' autonomy, usability, and security. And then lastly, in terms of action, first, I recommend you to subscribe to WebKey's educational course and start with a small-scale experimentation. Second, begin implementing the 3 security recommendations we discussed today. And third, if your team is planning to build or deploy, feel free to contact us to learn more about ecosystem resources. Thank you all. We are now welcome question or comment. Please share your thought on blockchain or privacy protection.